the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon to Falcor Bay. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. It's King Ryan Garcia, 135 pounds on the nose. He's 5 foot 10 inches tall with a reach of 70 inches. And standing across the ring from him, perhaps the greatest to ever do it, Sugar Ray Robinson. Even though he's 180 centimeters tall, he still made 61 kilos, and his reach is 184 centimeters.
There is no joke about this. Someone is going to get hurt, the other is going to get embarrassed. Let's make sure they measure up well.
It's King Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers the world over, the fastest hands in the game. They call him Flash. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fights out of Harlem, New York.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Ryan Garcia. Fighting out of the blue corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
Todd is one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. Time has finally arrived. These 2 men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They both want a highlight reel knockout. And he scores with the counter. Left hook missed. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Punch, counter punch. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Garcia in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this...
Here we go for round 2. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of that sport.
You'd like to see more jabs. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Hand speed in these lighter divisions is always so impressive, but if you can sneak in a power shot every once in a while and sit down on a punch, that's where you separate yourself. That counter punch caught him clean. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Garcia in that last round.
That's his round.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Both men step back for just a moment. Good counter punch. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. The jab doesn't quite connect. Time counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
That's another scoring shot. He throws a punch, a receipt is coming. This round's still up for grabs. Whoa, wait a minute! Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough with... Come on. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Do you believe what we're seeing? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Time for the 5th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you got to do is you got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Catch and shoot. Quick punch scores. These punches coming from every angle. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. That was the moment.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Perfect counter shot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. You know that bell was... Let's start the 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well done with that counter shot. They exchange punches. Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Couldn't land that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose. And there's the bell for round 7. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
He threw a punch and just got countered. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran, the first fight. One, two, three,
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and did you see that? Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Big shot, and down goes Garcia. How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the...
Round 8, and we're off again. They ring the bell, and here we go. Perfect counter lands. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. There's a counter shot. That uppercut doesn't get through. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. And finally, he couldn't take anymore, and down goes Garcia.
Real General's back in the building.